With fake news on WhatsApp fueling lynch mobs across the country, Mumbai's admins deliberate accountability, say they are not solely responsible. Residents of Kandivali's Thakur complex, from left, Ravi Punjabi, Sandeep Ori and Sanjay Jaiswal, are part of a local WhatsApp group with around 100 members from the area. Ori, the group's admin, cross-checks the posts on the group and calls out the ones that are fake. His favorite site for cross-checking is Snopes.com. Pic. Sitedshan Anand Manjunath is a 34-year-old bakery owner in the Mudajere taluk of Chikmagalur district in Karnataka and also a member of the local WhatsApp group called The Boss Boys. In May 2017, he was offended when two members of the group uploaded a morphed photograph of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP leader from the region, B.S. Yediyurappa. A complaint to the police ensured that cases were filed against not just the two, who posted what Nick felt was an offensive image, "How can you make fun of the PM," but also Krishna Sanathaman, the admin of the group with nearly 250 members. While till a few months ago, the admin's own role in this offense may have been considered negligible, the atmosphere today is starkly different. Ad choice advertising in red invented by Teeds on July 1. 5 persons were lynched by villagers of Rainpada, in the Dhule district of Maharashtra, on suspicion of being child lifters. The latest in a series of such cases, Seabox, spreading like wildfire. The 5, who had just arrived in the area on a state transport bus, were beaten to death after being seen speaking to a young girl. The villagers, fueled by rumors floating on WhatsApp about child lifters in the area, suddenly attacked them. Nikhil Desai group admin, Madunga have removed 3 people from group for fake news. Sandeep Ori group admin, Kandivali, we censure people who post overly political or religious comments. And Rehan Khan group admin, one source, we add people only through referrals and after checking their background data. Taking note of this spate of attacks, the union government last week asked WhatsApp, at over 200 million users, India is the Facebook-owned platform's largest market, and other social media platforms, to implement measures to curb the menace of rumor-mongering across various social media platforms. Later, the center asked the state and union territories to keep a watch for early detection of rumors and initiate effective measures to counter them. This has already begun in Jammu and Kashmir, where the district magistrate of Kishtwar, Andra Singh Rana, on July 1, asked admins of local WhatsApp groups to register with the local police or risk being booked. Crossing this over 2,000 kilometers from Kishtwar, in Mumbai, is Sandeep Ori, founder of a live video streaming service company, and a resident of Kandivali's Thakur complex. Much like the Boss Boys, Ori runs a local WhatsApp group with over 100 members from the area. The objective is to discuss and debate on civic issues, but members, he admits, often deviate. It isn't uncommon for somebody to make an overtly political or religious comment or send a video of propagandist nature, which has no bearing on what the group is about. In such cases, we make it a point to censure that person, he says. Sangeeta Bhosale mourns the death of her family members, who were killed in the horrifying mob attack on Sunday on suspicion of being part of a child kidnapping gang at Rainpada village in Dhule on July 1. The incident took place when 5 men, along with a few others, were seen getting down from a state transport bus in the tribal-dominated Rainpada hamlet. When one of them apparently tried to speak to a girl, the villagers, who had gathered for the weekly Sunday market, pounced on them. Pic. Getty Images. More recently, Ori has started cross-checking news that sounds fishy. He recalls a disturbing video of a lady, who ran tuition classes for kids, beating them up. The message said it's a woman from Uttar Pradesh, but it wasn't. We later found out that the incident had occurred in Egypt, he says. For international news, his go-to site is Snopes.com, a California-based fact-checking site that was founded by David Mickelson in 1994 to research urban legends. They analyze everything from whether an image is a real photograph or a digital manipulation to verifying news reports, he says. For local news, he banks on newspapers and credible news sites. In Matunga, Nikhil Desai, who runs an advanced locality management WhatsApp group, verifies news from the Mumbai Police's Twitter account. Desai, who has been running the account for 2 years, says he started outing people when "Good Morning" forwards started being replaced by fake news videos of prominent celebrity deaths. Dilip Kumar has died 100 times already on WhatsApp, he says. We realized that these websites, which are designed to look like mainstream news channels, are fake. You have to spot the difference in the details, like the missing logo, he says. Till now, he has removed 3 members from the group for fake videos. We give 3 warnings and the last resort is ousting them, he says. Matanga AML WhatsApp group admin Nikhil Desai has removed 3 members from his account for posting fake news. Mindless forwards sometimes lead to headaches, especially when running animal rescue groups. Publicist Amit Pathak, who also runs Awaz Voice of Stray Animals, a Mumbai-based NGO, says there was a video of a dog being hit and people around laughing at its helplessness. But when we heard the voices in the video, which people usually don't do, we realized the people were speaking in Kannada. We then connected with authorities in Karnataka, says Pathak. But even before diving into the specifics of the video, Pathak first runs a call to the person who has sent him the video. Hardly ever have they managed to trace the source of the video. While he hasn't come across a video that's untrue, it's the time frame that proves problematic. Sometimes, by the time we receive a message and reach the spot, the animal has already been rescued. The large number of groups make it difficult to get real-time updates because there's a time lapse when it's being passed on, he says. 2 years ago, Santa Cruz resident Chetan Rathod started a WhatsApp group for his local home. While there aren't too many forwards on that group, he says that he comes across many of these on a local traders group. For instance, there was one, which showed that metro work had reached Gurgaon. On checking, I realized it was from New York, not Mumbai. If he sees such a post right after it is sent, he calls it out as fake news. But if his reaction is an hour late, he knows the damage has been done and doesn't react. Rehan Khan, the admin of a professional group called One Source, has 7,000 members over 27 groups. Both Rathod and Khan feel that while the admin holds moral responsibility, she can't be held liable for what someone else posts on the group. Pick Pradeep Diver. Dotting the I's in some groups, getting in can be quite the task. Take the case of One Source, a group of largely public relations professionals across the country. With 7,000 members across 27 groups, the 5 admins send out forms to fill, which ask for email IDs, contact numbers and referrals for those who wish to be added to the group. And, while Rehan Khan, the 29-year-old admin of one of the Mumbai groups, says he does often verify the source of the said forward, holding the admin responsible for what's shared on the group might be an extreme step. Plus, everyone agrees, it's easy to remove members from professional groups, but how do you remove a friend or a relative for content that may be seen as misleading? Sanathaman agrees. He knew all the members of the Boss Boys personally, as all of them were from his village. The main activity on the group was uploading news or local events. His own arrest, he says, was wrong. A police officer came to me and said, "We want to talk to you," and took me to Bhatkal police station and kept me in the computer room for a day. The person who posts should be held responsible. Admins are making groups among friends to keep in touch with near and dear ones. If someone posts something, it does not mean that the admin subscribes to that idea. Rana, from Kishore, while speaking to Midday, says, because the region he manages is a communally sensitive area, prone to riots, such a step was necessary. The target of the measure is not those who run close, family-run WhatsApp groups, but those notorious persons who will be careful with this legislation. This ruling will be implemented against those who are creating trouble, Rana says. Shivam Shankar Singh: the WhatsApp problem is there something about the medium itself that lends itself to being misused? If you read WhatsApp's policies, they delete the message as soon as it hits your device. No copy of the message or log is maintained in the server. So, the police will come to know or have the power to act only if somebody registers a cognizable offense in a case where you have the device, says Brajesh Singh, Maharashtra Police's cybersecurity head. Singh says even if a police official receives a forwarded message, in the absence of timestamps or author information, there's no way to find out the origin of the video or message. Since 2016, metadata was deliberately stripped off by the platform, which makes it most challenging for investigators to track the source of rumors. Metadata includes information, such as username, device information, IP address and login time, which is embedded when the file is created. WhatsApp removes this when it compresses content. Political consultant Shivam Shankar Singh launched a petition 3 months ago on change.org to fix the problem of fake news over social media. Fake news is also one of the reasons he chose to quit as a BJP party worker. There is some anti-BJP fake news, too, but the pro-BJP and anti-opposition fake news outstrips that by miles in number and in reach. Some come from supporters, but a lot of it comes from the party. It is often hateful and polarizing, which makes it even worse. The online news portals backed by this government are damaging society more than we know, he wrote on the blog. According to Shivam, what makes WhatsApp more dangerous than other platforms like Facebook and Twitter is the scope it offers for micro-targeting. On FB, you can target people who like a certain page or between a certain location, but WhatsApp allows you to target people of a certain socio-economic strata and people of a very particular caste or religion. The targeting on this platform allows you to send different kinds of messages to different people. It's so segmented that it's an echo chamber, he explains. For instance, Singh says in Uttar Pradesh you can create a WhatsApp group that contains non-Yadav OBCs and then you can start pushing content, which is pro or anti-party. Even if the content could be verified, most people wouldn't because the ideology that is being fed is something that they wouldn't question, he says. Countering the rumor Sindul, the local SP said police personnel are contacting local leaders, like Sarpanchs and Panchayat members, to sensitize villagers regarding fake news and rumors spread over social media. But they are not alone. While in Mumbai, there's news of police personnel being asked to join all possible WhatsApp groups. In Mangaluru, a police official has been designated in each district to monitor social networking sites like Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp. Brajesh Singh. While there have been no rumors of child lifting in the region, Dr. Ravikant Gowda, Superintendent of Police of Dakshina Kannada, narrates an incident of fake news. It began as a brawl between a passenger and conductor in one of the rural districts. The episode was soon given a communal color on WhatsApp groups. We happened to find out that a video of the incident was being circulated as a Muslim thrashes a Hindu post to incite violence, when in fact, it had nothing to do with religion, he adds. The cops sprang into action and arrested individuals for spreading fake news. While there isn't any single comprehensive law in India that tackles fake news, IPC Section 295 was invoked to guard against the menace of misinformation. An FIR was lodged for injuring or defiling place of worship with intent to insult the religion of any class. 200 MNO of WhatsApp users in the country, the app's largest market with inputs by Suresh Karkara, also read, "Rumor mongers beware, cops are joining WhatsApp groups to curb dangerous lies."